Prime Minister Narendra Modi's roadmap for next generation reforms. This was not just another policy meeting in Delhi. This is the foundation of what Modi wants his third term to be remembered for. A bold leap that takes Bharat closer to its goal of becoming a developed nation by 2047 or by the 100th year of its independence. Please allow me to break it down for you. What are these reforms? Why now? And what do they mean for you and me? So, the meeting is said to have brought together some of the biggest names in the government, from Amit Shah to Rajnath Singh, Nitin Gadkari, Nirmala Sitharaman, Piyush Goyal, and Shivraj Singh Chouhan. In other words, the entire economic and political war room of India. And the Prime Minister's message was blunt. Reforms have to be fast, deep, and across every sector. And the focus is threefold, including the ease of living, which translates to making life simpler for ordinary citizens, lesser red tape, more digital governance, and smoother delivery of services. Imagine paying your bills, getting clearances, or accessing subsidies without running from one office to another. Well, that is the vision. Or ease of doing business, meaning cutting down the friction for startups, small businesses, and big corporations alike. Faster approvals, easier credit, better logistics, and fewer regulatory hurdles. Because the easier it is to do business in India, the more jobs and investments will flow in. Or inclusive prosperity. And this growth that is not just visible in GDP figures, but also in villages, small towns, and middle-class homes. Reforms that touch the farmer, the worker, the entrepreneur, or the consumer alike. So now let's talk specifics. One big hint came from Prime Minister Modi himself in his Independence Day speech. He spoke of a Diwali gift, a lighter tax burden probably, and that points directly to GST reforms, simplifying the tax net, reducing rates where possible, and making compliance less painful. For the middle class, that would mean more money in their hands. For businesses, it would mean less time lost on paperwork. Secondly, infrastructure. Gadkari and Goyal being in the same meeting was not a coincidence. Expect a new wave of highways, ports, rail connectivity, and maybe even fresh push towards green and digital infrastructure. And this is what can turn India into a global supply chain hub. The third, governance. One of the buzzwords you will hear is digital-first governance. Faster approvals, faceless systems, less chance of corruption, more accountability. In simple terms, the government wants to behave more like an app and less like old-school file-pushing office. And then there's agriculture and labor. These are the most politically sensitive but economically unavoidable. If Bharat has to unlock its demographic dividend, reforms in these sectors are inevitable. To make farming more productive, labor more flexible, and industries more competitive. And now let's step back and look at the bigger picture. Because this is not about one reform or one announcement. This is about Modi ji trying to script his third term as the era of transformation. Because his first term was about stability, cleaning up old messes, launching new flagship schemes, and the second term saw big ticket moves. GST consolidation, insolvency and bankruptcy code, digital push, and infrastructural rollout. But the third term, well, this is being pitched as the quantum leap, a reset of the very foundations: land, labor, tax, agriculture, governance. And the timeline is no accident. The Prime Minister is connecting this reform push directly to 2047, 100th year of independence. And the message is simple. If India wants to be a developed nation by then, the groundwork must be laid now. So, the real question is, are these reforms just talk, or will we actually see bold execution? Because the possibilities are enormous. Simpler taxes, faster governance, stronger infrastructure, empowered citizens. And that is where I'll leave it with you. What do you think? Will Modi ji's next generation reforms deliver Bharat's next leap, or will politics slow them down? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because I would love to hear what you think. My name is Sudanshu Sharma, and this was The Narrative Now. If you found this breakdown useful, do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to share this video with others who care about where Bharat is headed. Because remember, the narrative is forever changing. But here, we are always ready to break it down. Jai Hind, Bharat Mata ki Jai.